Hey guys, Nintendrew here. One of the most frequent sentiments I've seen from you guys in the comments is that you all want to see some of the more rare and sought-after items in my collection. And today we're going to talk about exactly that. And we're not just talking about games, we're also going to check out some consoles and other collectibles that I've managed to find throughout the years. So without further ado, let's check out 5 of the rarest items in my game collection. Alright, these are going to be in no particular order, and these are not necessarily the top 5 rarest things in my collection, they're just kind of 5 rare things that I thought you guys might be interested in. So, first up is my copy of Jack Brothers for Virtual Boy. Now, being a Virtual Boy game, this is an obscure title on an already obscure system, so you can see why it's become hard to find. Jack Bros is a top-down action game developed by Atlas, and is actually a spin-off of the Megami Tensei series, which is such a far-reaching IP that it encompasses everything from the Shin Megami Tensei RPG games to Persona. This game in particular is the Virtual Boy's most expensive title on the secondhand market, and is worth right around $375. Pretty crazy. If you'd like to learn more about Jack Bros or the rest of the Virtual Boy library, check out my complete Virtual Boy library review right here. So next on the list, I can't mention my complete Virtual Boy library without calling out the rarest title in my Nintendo 64 set. So here is my copy of Clay Fighter Sculptors Cut. If you've watched my other videos, I've talked about this one at length before, but for those who are unfamiliar, Sculptors Cut is an updated version of Clay Fighter 63 1/3, which was only available through Blockbuster video stores in North America. Of course, because it was only a rental title, the only cartridges that exist today were either stolen from Blockbuster in the 90s, or were sold off to customers when the N64 was on its way out. Although nobody really knows exactly how many of these were made, the best estimates put it around 15,000 to 25,000 copies, which is exceedingly low for a Nintendo 64 game. And as a result, funny enough, it's worth right around $375, just like Jack Bros. Alright, next I have these Mario and Luigi plush toys, which were made for the launch of Mario Party 5 on the GameCube. They seem pretty normal, right? This is actually an interesting story. I didn't realize these were so sought after until I saw some comments from you guys. A couple of perceptive viewers noticed these in my set up here and let me know that they might be worth something. I looked it up and sure enough, each of these are worth about $250. And I have no idea why, except for general scarcity. But I bought these from a Japanese import shop in a mall a few years ago, and I paid no more than $15 for each of them, so you can imagine my surprise when I found out how valuable they were. To me, they're just a couple of cool collectibles, and I think they look great on my shelf. Next up, I've got this gold Nintendo 64 controller, still sealed in its original packaging. This one's also been in my backdrop for quite some time. The gold controller was a Toys R Us exclusive in the US, and was produced as a limited edition. Of course, having remained sealed for all these years makes this one in particular a rare sight. Oftentimes I'll have people ask me how I can afford all this stuff, and how I can build this sort of a collection on a budget. And really a big part of it is just staying diligent about hunting for great deals. Case in point, I found this controller from a local game store almost immediately after it was traded in, and because that particular store had a system which didn't consider whether items were new or used, it was priced significantly under market value at just $12. These things are so rarely seen on sites like eBay that it's hard to judge its true worth, but the last auction I saw placed it right around $400, so I was absolutely thrilled to find this one for sale. If you collect for as long as I have, you're bound to eventually come across some incredible finds like this one. And finally today I have one of Nintendo's most obscure consoles, even more so than the Virtual Boy, the iQ Player. This was a plug-and-play version of the N64 with an entire library of digital titles, which were stored on a memory card, and was launched exclusively in China as a way to get around a long-standing ban on traditional game systems. While it's not necessarily very expensive when compared to some other collectibles, I've included this one here because of its staggeringly low production numbers. This one is estimated to have sold between 8,000 and 12,000 units. Even the Virtual Boy had 770,000 sales, so you can see why the iQ Player is so rarely seen. To be honest, this is one of my favorite Nintendo consoles, and I'll have a video up very soon delving even deeper into the story and history of the iQ Player. Until then, that's about it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I might have to do it again sometime. I just picked out 5 rare items that I thought were interesting, but I certainly have more I could cover if you all enjoyed it. If you did, as always, please do consider subscribing to Nintendrew for all sorts of cool gaming content, and make sure to share the video with any friends who might find it interesting. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey guys, thanks again for checking out the video and for making it all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed. As always, I've got links to all my social media in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, that sort of thing. And if you'd like to help out even more, I've got a link to my Patreon on the right side of your screen. Otherwise, I hope you'll look out for the next video. Take care.